The ENTP personality within the MBTI is composed of 3.2% of the total population. 4% of men are an ENTP, while only 2.4% of women are ENTP. So when you average together that 2.4 and that 4%, you get 3.2% of the total population. An interesting thing about the ENTP is that they tend to really like to look at possibilities and theories and concepts and systems, and they also tend to be very logical and even analytical. Their general personality is one where they're quick and ingenious. They really are very stimulating and alert. They also tend to be outspoken. That goes along with their extroverted part of their personality. They're resourceful and they really enjoy solving new and challenging problems. They are really good at looking at conceptual possibilities and then to analyze them strategically. So they're going to be able to look at those possibilities and create them as part of their intuition piece of their personality, while analyzing them strategically is part of the thinking part of their personality. They tend to be good at reading other people and they're very bored by routine. And this goes along with that perceiving. Perceiving personality preference really does not like routine. They're very rarely are they going to do the same thing at the same way. And they're going to really try to do one thing after another. They're very quick and spontaneous to jump from one thing to the next thing to even the next thing. Looking a little more deeply into their personality, we can see how their functioning pair works. So they're going to be more enthusiastic as an innovator, going along with that intuition part of their personality. They're very creative and they like to look at interesting concepts and possibilities and even challenges. But they're also stimulated by difficulties because they want to be able to use that creativity to change things and to be able to create some wonderful solutions. They love to look at ingenuity and be really ingenious within their world. So they're going to be creative, imaginative, clever, even very curious. But they're also going to use that thinking part of their personality to really analyze situations and to be able to adapt plans and ideas to really make them more competent and intelligent. They're going to really admire people who are use precision and efficiency. They tend to be very analytical, logical, rational, objective, assertive, and even questioning. And one of the interesting things about ENTPs is they tend to be quite enterprising. So when we look at them at their very best, you're going to see that they are very quick to find opportunities because they're going to scan their environment and they're constantly observing things. They're going to be able to see patterns and connections that most people are really not going to be able to see. And they're going to be able to really adapt them and to change them and to be able to puzzle and put them into their lives and use them in a strategic manner. They're good at using systems and seeing how those systems work and very resourceful in maneuvering resources and people in order to achieve goals and even goals for other people or for organizations. However, when their personality is stressed, they're going to have some frustrations. They're going to feel very, very overwhelmed. And they're going to tend to really not be able to see the big picture anymore. They're going to become obsessed with details and be preoccupied. And the interesting thing about the ENTP is that when their personality gets stressed, they tend to really overindulge in things, and especially sensory things, like they might watch too much TV, they might exercise too much, they might eat too much, but this is part of their personality. They're also going to become very easily distracted, even rebellious, and in a team situation, organization, they may become troublemakers. They become a vocal critic, and they're really going to be able to include other people and pull them into a situation where they're going to rebel against the leadership or whomever. So let's look at how other people see an ENTP. They tend to be spontaneous and adaptable. They're going to find schedules to be really boring because they like to have that flexibility and spontaneity. They're very insightful about others, and especially about the attitudes of others. And their enthusiasm and energy is going to mobilize other people. They have a conversational style that's very challenging and stimulating, and this comes because they love to debate with other people because they are assertive. Now remember, ENTPs tend to be very fluent conversationalists. They're very mentally quick, and they love to spar verbally. So they tend to be seen as independent, autonomous, creative, lively, enthusiastic, energetic, and even assertive and outspoken.